Return to Earth. At 1:30 a.m. in the town of Arayes in the metropolis, a boom tube was created and Black Mary, Kataara and Guillotine stepped into the town and planet Earth and then went to the apartments that were intended for them. Kataara was faced with the apartment and the library and magazines on the table that introduced her as a neurologist and general surgeon named Wendy Thompson. She looked at her picture and an article that was published in the magazine about rehabilitation for the disabled and those who had motor and muscle weakness. She smiled. The next day, drive. Wendy Thompson entered the Laboratory and Research Center of Arayes. One of the nurses with files came to her and said, "These are subjects who have successfully completed the procedures. But some of them sometimes have disorders and do not walk in the path that was assigned to them." Wendy said, "Haven't these been researched and identified before? Or is there something wrong with the chip manufacturing process?" The nurse said, "More like mental and psychological resistance, as if they were under the influence of another force." Dr. Thompson looked at the files. There was a list of government employees, street cleaners, athletes, shopkeepers, and even police officers. Wendy said thoughtfully, "Have they encountered members of the Justice League or those with mental powers?" It can and probably does. Hearing some words is also effective. These chips don't completely take over the brain. Even magnetic waves can burn the chips and disable them. Thompson took out another folder from his desk drawer and said, "Go back for one or all of these: Dark Zatanna, Anatasi, Allura, and Shrika. They are all effective forces for completely wiping the mind and confronting the Justice League magicians." The nurse said, "What do we do with these now? They might cause problems." Wendy said, "Take them back to the lab and review the procedures again and replace the new chips." "Yes, doctor," and left the room. Dr. Thompson also went to the main hall on the lower floors. The surgeons were transferring the chips into the skull and connecting them to the brain and spinal cord. With the end of the surgeries, the computer and the system, after testing the chips, transferred the information at a level that the target could function best based on. Now they had gained a good command of the streets and government and police centers. Guillotine also identified and monitored among the girls and boys, and especially the girls, those who had significant ambition and bullying. If she could introduce girls with high abilities to the Fury and Darkside Women's Army, she would get a higher score. All three of them watched Superman, Green Lantern, Green Arrow, and some of the heroes fly through the streets and face criminals and anti-heroes. Kataara said, "I'm waiting for the day when I can have a dream with this cousin. I hope Grayson keeps his promise and takes that damn and painful weakness away from me." Black Mary said, "Although I doubt it, I hope you achieve this power." Kataara, "You still doubt it?" "Well, yeah. You heard them too and you know it, right?" "True. But this doubt may work for you. I was under the information transmission device for the role of a neurosurgeon. You know that Darkseid himself can read minds and some of his subordinates are like them. As long as you and I don't have a chip in our heads and our minds are clean and unaltered, we should be happy. Despite all these facts, think about the day when you will succeed. Deal with it to stay healthy." Black Mary nodded. Both of them went outside the town to have fun.